Host voiceover dramatic tone. Have you ever wondered why two people can put in the exact same amount of hard work, the exact same number of hours, and yet one of them ends up rich while the other struggles their whole life? What's the difference, luck, destiny, or something else entirely? Today we're sitting down with someone whose name alone paints a different picture in your mind, Sergio Marquina. A man who sees things differently from everyone else. In today's interview, we're going to ask him about the rich mindset and the poor mindset, and trust me, by the end of this, you're going to want to rethink the way you look at money. Let's get into it. Host Sergio, thank you so much for joining us. Let's start from the beginning. What was your first understanding of money as a child? Sergio Marquina, every household talks about money differently. In some homes, money is treated like a threat, as if having too much of it will bring bad luck or trouble. In other homes, money is treated like a tool, something that gives you control over your own life. Growing up, I noticed that whenever money came up as a topic, there was tension in the house. Don't buy that, we don't have the money. Don't dream too big, we're ordinary people. These were phrases I heard again and again. And that right there is the real problem. What we hear as children becomes our money blueprint. Our mind starts to view money through that exact lens for the rest of our life. On the other hand, people who grow up with a rich mindset are taught to see money as an opportunity, not a source of fear. They're told if you want something, find a way to get it, not that's not something people like us can have. That difference sounds small, but 20 or 30 years later, it creates two completely different lives. Host, so you're saying everything is decided in childhood. Sergio Marquina, no, childhood is just the foundation. Our families plant a seed, but we're the ones who water it. Plenty of people who were born into poverty changed their mindset and rewrote their destiny. And plenty of people born into wealth lost everything because of their mindset. The real factor is mindset, not circumstance. Host, let's get straight to the point. What's the fundamental difference between a rich mindset and a poor mindset? Sergio Marquina, great question. First of all, this has nothing to do with your bank balance. How much money you currently have doesn't matter. What matters is how you look at money. A poor mindset sees money as something to spend. The moment money comes in, the thought is, let me spend this now. I'll worry about tomorrow later. A rich mindset sees money as a seed. The thought is, how can I use this money to create more money? The second difference is time. A poor mindset thinks short-term, what can I get today? A rich mindset thinks long-term, where will this decision take me in 10 years? The third difference is blame versus responsibility. People with a poor mindset tend to blame the world for their situation. The system is broken. I just have bad luck. Only rich people get opportunities. People with a rich mindset ask a different question, what can I do to change my situation? That question sounds small, but it changes an entire life. Host, that's a really deep point. So are you saying mindset matters more than money itself? Sergio Marquina, absolutely. Give someone with a poor mindset millions of dollars through a lottery win, and if their mindset hasn't changed, they'll be right back where they started within 5 to 7 years. Take everything away from someone with a rich mindset and they'll rebuild it again. Why? Because real wealth lives in the mind, not in the wallet. Host, let's talk about risk. It's often said that rich people take risks and poor people are afraid. How true is that? Sergio Marquina, there's a bit of nuance here. It's not that rich people don't feel fear, everyone feels fear. Taking a risk is hard for anybody. The difference is that people with a rich mindset move forward despite the fear, while people with a poor mindset use fear as an excuse. Let me give you an example. Two people both have a business idea. The first person thinks, if this fails, I'll lose everything, people will judge me, my reputation will suffer, and he never even starts. The second person thinks, if this fails, I'll learn from it and try again, and he actually starts. A rich mindset takes risks in a calculated way. They don't gamble blindly, they research, they learn, they take small steps, and then they move forward. A poor mindset either avoids risk entirely or takes emotional, reckless risks like gambling or chasing get-rich-quick schemes. Host, so is taking risks necessary to build wealth? Sergio Marquina, it's not about taking risk for the sake of it. It's about stepping outside your comfort zone. Your comfort zone makes you feel safe, but growth never happens inside your comfort zone. The more comfortable you become with discomfort, the more opportunities you'll start to notice. Host, a lot of people believe saving money is the real path to becoming wealthy. What's your take on that, Sergio Marquina? Saving is important, but saving alone isn't enough. If you just keep money sitting in a bank account, inflation quietly eats away at its value. $100 today won't be worth the same in 10 years. The poor mindset formula looks like this: earn right arrow, spend right arrow, save whatever's left. The rich mindset formula looks like this: earn right arrow, invest right arrow, spend whatever's left. That order is completely flipped. People with a rich mindset pay themselves first, meaning they set aside investment money first and then live off the rest. This is known as the pay yourself first principle. Host, when you say investment, do you mean stocks, real estate, business? Sergio Marquina, those are all options, but the biggest investment anyone can ever make is in themselves, in their skills, their education, their health. A lot of people think investing only means the stock market. It doesn't. If you learn a new skill that could double your income, that's an investment too. And honestly, it's often the most profitable one you'll ever make. Host. How do rich and poor mindsets view failure differently? Sergio Marquina, this is such an important question. A poor mindset treats failure as the end. As soon as they fail once, the story is over. I tried, it didn't work, this just isn't for me. A rich mindset treats failure as data, feedback that tells you what to do differently next time. Almost every successful person you see on TV or social media has failed many, many times in their life. The difference isn't that they never failed, the difference is that they didn't quit after failing. There's another important distinction: a poor mindset takes failure personally. I failed, which means I am a failure. A rich mindset says, that strategy failed, not me. That small shift in language creates a massive shift in the mind over time. Host, so we shouldn't be afraid of failure. Sergio Marquina, fear is human nature, you can't just switch it off, but you can move forward while still feeling afraid. The real question isn't, am I afraid? The real question is, will I still take action despite being afraid? Host, how people use their time, does that connect to mindset too? Sergio Marquina, very much so. A poor mindset uses time to pass it, watching TV, scrolling endlessly, just killing time. A rich mindset uses time to invest it, learning something new, working on their health, building relationships, sharpening skills. Discipline is another huge factor. A poor mindset waits for motivation. I'll do it when I feel like it. A rich mindset builds systems. Whether I feel like it or not, I'm doing this every single day. Motivation comes and goes. But discipline is what keeps you consistent when motivation disappears. Small habits: waking up early, reading something new every day, planning your day, these all seem like tiny things, but over 10 years. These are exactly the things that create massive differences between people. Host, what are your thoughts on generational wealth? Is simply leaving money behind enough for the next generation? Sergio Marquina, absolutely not. Most people believe that if they leave money behind for their children, their future is secure. But if you only give them money and not the mindset that comes with it, that money disappears within a few years. That's why there's a saying, the first generation builds it, the second generation maintains it, the third generation loses it, if the mindset isn't passed down along with the money. Real generational wealth isn't money, it's mindset. If you teach your children how to understand money, how to invest, how to take risks, how to learn from failure, then whether or not you leave them money, they'll build their own wealth anyway. Host. One last question, Sergio. If someone wants to start shifting their mindset today, moving from a poor mindset toward a rich mindset, what advice would you give them? Sergio Marquina, 3 things. Number 1, change your self-talk. Whatever you tell yourself, you eventually become. If you keep telling yourself, I can't do this, your mind will accept that as truth. Instead, say, I can learn this, I can change. Number 2, look at the people around you. The 5 people you spend the most time with shape the way you think. If the people around you are negative and only complain, you'll start thinking the same way. Find people in your circle who are actually moving forward in life. Number 3, start small, but start. People think big change happens overnight. It doesn't. One small step, one small habit, repeated daily, that's what eventually becomes a massive transformation over time. And finally, I'll just say this: being rich or poor is a mindset, not a place you're permanently stuck in. Whenever you decide to, you can change your thinking and change your path. Host. Sergio, thank you so much for this incredible, eye-opening interview. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit like, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments, do you feel closer to a rich mindset or a poor mindset right now? See you in the next video. Until then, take care of yourself and take care of your mindset. Goodbye.